Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'm going to take a look in the Soulforge, tell you what's good and bad in there, show you a really cool raid boss team, and a Underspire team at the same time. No Mythic. But first up, we're going to take a look at this weekly event troop, What's 1927, keeping this kind of Sherlock theme going on. They've had the last couple of days. All right, let's take a look at it. What do you do, fella? Well, that's an interesting image there. Got a very basic, rudimentary human repair kit. Like a needle and thread. And a scalpel and some scissors. Dig it out, whatever it is that's injured you, stitch you up. Yeah, big grim. Anyway, gives a magic +1 life and armor to the weakest ally, then barriers them. It's going to work well with a Tesla type team, a Dana, mech. Barrier. It's pretty good, gives armor, so yeah, with Tesla, works pretty good. The traits allied mechs gain 2 life, create 3 bomb gems when I die, and reduce damage from skulls by 25%. Nothing special about the traits. I was going to give it 6 out of 10, but the traits are pretty poor, so I'm going to leave it at a 5 out of 10, but still pretty good with certain teams. And as ever, get all the way up to Mythic if you can. If you've got the spare glory, get it all the way to Mythic and pick them up while they're here. Anyway, my uncle passed away from a Viagra overdose. My aunt took it pretty hard. Dear. Ooh, got me gold to collect already. Go with that. Thank you. Right, and with that, we'll move on to the Soulforge. I'm going to do the Soulforge first, and I'll show you that raid boss team and then the Underspire team. Right, so what is going on in the Soul of the Forge? Let's take a look. Start with the weapons first, then we'll move over to the troops. I'm not going to go over all the weapons that are here on a regular basis. They're in my Soulforge extra video, which will be in a link in the description below. So I'm not going to go over all these because that includes them. First up is the Fire Sword. Deals magic +4 damage to the first enemy. Deal triple damage if they use green mana. So triple damage if they use green's not too bad. It's a pretty cool weapon. It's actually pretty hot, being a fire sword. So it'd be yeah, effective against green using enemies. And next up we have the Doomed Opus. I do like this one. Really good. This is one of the better ones for me. Looks like that's a low amount of scatter damage. At first, this is like doesn't seem very much, but it is with a +4 per tempering level boost, so it will be significantly increased when you temper it up. But then create a mix of 6 red gems and skulls for every red enemy. Give 3 magic to all allies. If the enemy has a doom, give 5 more. So basically it gets more powerful as you use it, but the fact it uses red itself against an all red team, that creates the maximum amount of red gems and skulls. So it can be absolutely lethal. Charge yourself up and just do it again. This can loop on itself and just keep on just going until it wins. Really, really great. Doomed Weapon. Do like that one a lot. The Mecha Axe. Deal magic-based damage to an enemy boosted by mech allies, then create a mix of 6 red and blue gems for each mech ally. Uses yellow and brown, creates red and blue. So make sure you've got at least 1 or 2 red and blue allies who are mechs in your team to benefit from all that juicy, lovely, wonderful mana. Drill Shooter. Don't want that in your face, do you? Deal magic-based damage to an enemy boosted by Adana allies, then create a mix of 6 red and yellow gems for each Adana ally. Again, uses blue and green, generates red and yellow, so make sure you got at least a couple of troops in your team from Adana that use red and or yellow. The Engineer's Drill. Do like this one, use it regularly. Explode magic +1 brown gems, grant a random status effect to all mech allies, then summon a mech troop. So a nice explodey summoning weapon there, always useful. Mana gen, status effects, and the amount of times the summon will save you is a little bit nuts. Say every single week, but if you haven't got it already, then Wonder Star's always worth picking up. Best weapon in the game, amazing. Choose one, create 6 elemental stars, bless all allies, or create 7 umbral stars and curse all enemies. So bless and curse and ridiculous amounts of mana gen most of the time. Can backfire now and again, but it's going to go with you in your favour way, way more times than it kicks you in the butt. Or bum, butt, backside, ass, arse, My goodness, there's lots of words for that, isn't there? There was just a handful of them. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Right, what is next? We have the shock hammer. Would be a shock if you got that around your head, because it's going to clap you around the bonds and electrify you at the same time. Choose a gem and destroy its column, then create 6 bomb gems and deal scatter damage based on your magic. So yeah, a bit of mana gen. Creates bomb gems and some scatter damage. Yeah, it's alright. Nothing amazing though. Rune Gorge. Explode. Magic +1 yellow gems. Grant a random status effect to all Adana allies. Then summon a Adana troop. So another explodey summoning weapon there. Very good indeed. Do like them a lot. So useful. Spark hammer. Lots of different hammers here. Explode a gem. Give magic +1 armor to all allies. Boosted by bomb gems destroyed. Destroyed? So, a bit of mana gen, but the fact you can explode a gem of your choice is pretty good. And then give armor to all allies again. Useful in a Adana Tesla type team. Gear Slinger. True damage. Magic +2. True damage to 2 random enemies. Then create 5 bomb gems. Not a huge fan of bomb gems myself, but yeah. True damage is okay though, especially if you've got true damage other troops. And you're looking for a weapon to complement it. What else we got? Any more? Tesla's Wrench. Oh, my throat went a bit funny then. Right, this is the raid boss weapon. So it'll probably be at the top of your game if you haven't, the top of the list here if you haven't actually crafted it yet from the raid boss shop. But don't get it from here, get it from the raid boss shop, because it's just effectively free from there, because you're going to want to get sigils and stuff to use for that event anyway. So you might as well get it from there, and get it from there. What from there, where you basically like got to buy it using resources, like all this stuff, and you're going to go to the raid boss and get sigils anyway, and buy tiers in the shop. So get it from the shop. Deals magic +3 damage to the first 2 enemies boosted by Adana allies. So bashed around the head with that wrench would be hurtful. I think that would cause some considerable pain. I think it'd be worth a bit more than that. But it is, makes me laugh when they do these things. Boosted by Adana allies. So you go around 2 enemies, smash them around the bonds with that. But the more people that are from your own kingdom, Adana in this, the more impressed they are by that. So you hit them even harder. So it's like, Anyway, onto the troops. Always have a look through these summoning stones, especially if you're a newer player. In particular, you're looking for goblins like this. Always worth trying to pick up a goblin or 2, entangling the first 2 enemies, or give half mana to the first 2 allies and gain an extra turn. Actually, not too shabby, that one. You use that now and again, a lot of fun. And any other troops which are just generally useful, like Boxstrider, really good troop, just 8 mana cost, and destroys magic +1 gems and entangles a random enemy. Also inflicts entangle when doing skull damage and reduce damage from skulls by 33%. Boxstrider, try and get that today for sure. Really cool. Really good troop. Egg Thief, still pretty decent. Don't see it as often as you used to though. No one particularly amazing there. Rock Troll, used to use it in the early days of the game, not so much anymore though. And yeah, just have a little look through there, see who you fancy. Right, let's take a look at the Mythics now, and we'll start at the bottom and work our way up. Oh, dude, I've got to do a video on this. This is probably my favourite boss troop. I prefer it even to Zul'Goth. It's a little bit slower than maybe the best Zul'Goth teams, but it's like the Zul'Goth teams can still let you down now and again if they go wrong, or it creates all those skulls and sets up the other team, things like that. This dude in a certain team is almost unbeatable. It's nuts. I'm going to do a video on that later, I've decided. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon. Someone said somewhere once, before they got lost or didn't come back or something. Anyway, right, Mythics first. Grimorn Blood Eye. Right, sounds like he's got some issues with his contact lenses. But deals magic-based damage to an enemy, double magic in a bit. And there's a 20% chance to kill them, boosted by frozen and bleeding enemies. So not a huge fan of these percentage chance to kill, especially when it's like a 1 in 5 one, but it can surprise the enemy sometimes. This is the kind of thing which is okay in Guild Wars or something like that sometimes, because it has a habit of just seeming to be more than 20%, shall we say, in Guild Wars, and can surprise the enemy a lot. And people get worried about this sort of thing because they know it feels like there's more than a 20% chance in Guild Wars and such. But it does inflict freeze and bleed to a random enemy when matching 4 or more gems as well. So it's not actually that great. It's trying to make him sound good, but he's not. It's alright if you get lucky, rubbish if you don't get lucky. Ruby Wrath is the dragon on rotation this week. It's a gem dragon, so if you still need Diamantina, you can pick this up for some extra Dragonite to guarantee you get it. 2,000 Dragonite, make sure you get it. If it's the last dragon you need on the path to collecting or crafting Diamantina. If you need 2 or more, absolutely not worth it. Just see if you get lucky in those chests. Or those, what do they call them, dragon eggs. But if it's the last one you need, then for me it's totally worth the extra Dragonite to guarantee it, because it's like rolling a dice and needing a 6. You can just get 1 to 5 so many times. It is unreal, and that's a huge cost of Dragonite. At least this way you are guaranteeing it. But player's choice, up to you. It's like you may get lucky and get it straight away if you open another dragon egg. But don't blame me if you sit there wasting all your Dragonite. That's all I'm saying. Next up is Kika. Deals magic-based damage to 4 random enemies boosted by elemental stars. I feel like this is one of the underrated mythics in a way. Damage to 4 random enemies is pretty good, and at a 50% chance to create an elemental star at the start of my turn is not bad either, especially when you have multiples of her in a team, because basically you're going to get 1 or 2 of them most turns, and does reduce damage from spells by 25% as well. But yeah, she's good, just not amazingly good. Next up, we've got a couple of good legendaries here. Ooh, Megavore! I remember seeing this for the first time and thinking it was a just massive typo, because it has to be wrong. Eliminate all armor from all enemies. Yes. Then deal a ridiculous huge amount of damage to them, because remember, you've already taken away the armor from them. So the armor's gone from everyone, and then deal damage to the enemy you chose, and then submerge itself. But then it gets even more stupid. It's also impervious. It also has death below, 8% chance to kill the last enemy on 4 or 5 gem matches. So this is good as a troop on its own in a loopy team that gets lots of 4 matches. You've got a chance of that just killing random people just because it feels like it as well. Absolutely nuts. Amazing, amazing troop. Like, this is already like, unless some of the unbelievable is left, the Mythic of the Week is done already. And this Voidcaller, not diabolical, but nowhere near Megavore level. Deal magic +2 damage to an enemy boosted by Wargear allies. If the enemy dies, devour a random enemy. So very good with the high 1-hit superpower hitting troops who soften up the enemy, get them in range of Voidcaller to kill, because then you get 2 kills for the price of 1, because you kill them off and then you get that devour. But do be wary of enemies being immune to devour, because then it will stop that. It does have impervious as well as give 2 attack and magic to allied wargear when matching 4 or more gems. So yeah, good, but you have to kind of plan a team around it a bit and make sure everything's like synchronized to work properly well, if you know what I mean. Which is good, because it shouldn't be all about just picking easy troops that just kill people and just do it again kind of thing, which is in the game with Wonder Stars and Maelstrom, Dago Nath, or whatever the name is, and stuff like that. But it's nice to have a little bit of strategy in the game, or ways of creating teams which require a little bit of thought. And right, that is it for the Mythics. Let's take a look at the legendaries quick. King Avalon, really, really good one this. All elf allies start with 50% mana. So any elf team, really, really good with this. 50% start on everyone. And also the spell is useful as well. Sometimes these troops that do this 50% start on a certain type of troop, the spell isn't very good, but not with this fella. Damage to all enemies boosted by elf, elemental and beast allies, and summon a Forest of Thorns troop as well. So really, really good traits, as well as damage to all with a summon. Excellent stuff. King Avalon, really, really good. The Ghost Queen, another one that's actually very good with the undead mana boost. In this case, it's 50% mana start to all undead, and again, the spell is actually very good as well. Steal 7 mana from an enemy. That is a set in stone amount. Then steal magic +3 life boosted by purple gems. That's the same as true damage, because you're stealing their life. but you actually take it from them and add it to your own. So goodness knows how she's so skinny, because stealing life and adding it to your own, that's like someone stealing someone's like hamburger or their cheeseburger and eating it yourself, and she's somehow still that skinny. And she does that all the time. How are you so skinny, woman? What's your secret? Anyway, it's probably over skinny. There's skinny and there's skinny have a pie, god damn it. Anyway, so who's the other two? We have Beltane. Convert blue gems to green, a purple to yellow, give 1 to 3 random status effects to all allies, and give 3 life to all green allies when matching green gems. Uses green himself. And we have Voidcaller. This could be actually a really good troop. Just make sure you got a couple of purple using troops in your team to benefit from its spell. Does convert a purple gem to lycanthropy gem when its turn begins. And starts with 25% in mana. And choose one. Destroy all purple gems and deal magic-based damage to the first 2 enemies, and gems are removed with full effect. Or create 12 purple gems and deal a magic-based damage to the last 2 enemies. So yeah, malicious trick indeed. The fact you got to choose which ones to hit with either mana gen through destroying those purple gems, or mana creation from creating purple gems. Pretty cool. But who gets my Mythic of the Week? It's not exactly a surprise, is it? Because I've already given it away. It's going to be Megavore. Very easily Megavore as well. Nature has a way of reminding man just how small he is. Kind of true, I suppose. But yeah, the combination of that impervious, that death below, the ridiculous spell, Megavore, easily the Mythic of the Week. Just, if you haven't got it yet, get Megavore. Just chuck it in a Guild Wars team, and it just freaks people out, because they know the game likes to set people up for 4 matches sometimes, and you've always got that 8% chance just to kill someone. Megavore, amazing. Now onto the raid boss team. I'm going to show you a really cool, super high damage, no mythic team for this. Really cool. But you must use the event captain lock 1887 in your team. Has ×2 magic and earns ×2 score in this event only. So you must use them in your team, and you get that from the shop at tier 2. So you just buy tier 1 and then tier 2 to guarantee that. You have to buy the tiers in order, but that's all good, because at tier 1 you pick up the Potion of Enchantment, enchants all allies at the start of battle for this event only. And at tier 2 is where you pick up lock 1887, and in both cases you get some more gold, some more raid boss sigils and other stuff besides. But at the same time you pick up the Potion of Explosion. Explodes 4 gems at the start of battle, again this event only, and our troop there does magic based damage to an enemy boosted by their attack, and if they're a boss, deal 3 to 5 times damage based on my ascensions. If you're a newer player, don't worry about the traits so much, like particularly if you can't afford to get that Godslayer one at the moment. It's not going to matter. We're not going to be doing skull damage to the boss. It's not even going to be that essential to get this to mythic level, the team we're going to use for this. But certainly good to pick up the troop to make sure you get those bonuses. Right, so at tier 3, also recommend getting that. You're going to pick up Tesla's Wrench, even if you're not going to use it in this particular battle, or you don't think it's very good. Always good to get new weapons in the game. Get a certain amount of weapons from a certain amount of kingdoms fully powered up, and that can enhance your progress in the game. So make sure you grab that at the same time. And you do pick up the Potion of Rejuvenation also, as well as more sigils, kingdom troops and other stuff. And if you go beyond that, it is entirely up to you. 2 ways to get this thing to a mythic level if that's what you want to do. Like I say, it's not absolutely necessary for this. You can either buy, or pick up 1 at tier 2 here, then back out of here and spend a couple of orbs of ascension getting him to a mythic level, or you can simply just buy enough tiers to have enough copies of it to get it to mythic level. That way, your choice. But let's take a look at the team. I'm going to use a very straightforward team for this. A lot of people know what's coming. I knew what team this was going to be before I'd even pressed the raid boss button. And then it's going to involve the mighty Tesla. We have to have lock 1887 here. It's part of the rules to get that magic and thingy bonus, score bonus. But Tesla can be absolutely devastating for this. Absolutely devastating. Does 8 true scatter damage. But it's boosted by all ally and enemy armor. So not only is it boosted by our own armor, so the more armor we have, the higher the damage boost, but the boost is on the enemy armor too. So as these battles get harder and the enemies get more armor, it actually makes it worse for them. It just makes Tesla more angry. She just pumps up the voltage even more and just electrifies them even more. It's like, just gets even more angry and just like overloads them. Yes, completely. And we don't need a 50% mana start on this or anything, because basically with that potion of enchantment and the potion of explosion at the beginning, we're going to get mana so quick for this, it's going to be nuts. Which also means we can be in Elementalist class, which makes it very safe. Weapon-wise, there's a choice. I've gone with this one because I don't want to mana block Tesla on blue or red, and does explode a gem and give magic +1 armor to all allies, boosted by bomb gems destroyed. So when you explode that gem, if there's any bomb gems there, take them out, and you're going to get a little bit of a boost to how much armor we get, which then in turn boosts up how much damage Tesla does. So really good. There are other choices on the weapon. You can go like stuff like Golden Cog. This would be a good choice if you're a lower level player, because it gives armor to an ally equal to their current armor. But remember, this is going to be like exponential growth. So for example, Tesla here, what have I got at the moment? 173 armor. Was that 346? So they're double straight away. But on the next round after that, they'll be like 700 odd. Because it's going to double. But then for me, it would max out very quickly at 1,000 the next round, which you don't always need. But if you're, like I say, a newer player to the game, and you really want a fantastic boost, then casting that a couple of times can be absolutely huge. But Tesla will do, excuse me, most of the heavy lifting on her own anyway, because like I say, where that boost is by the enemy armor as well, the enemy will get more powerful, and you will see Tesla doing more damage literally every single turn. Or every single round as the enemy gets more powerful. But there are other choices as well. Engineers, Driller's okay, explodes brown gems, does give the status effect to mechs, so you don't really benefit too much from that because Tesla's a human. And yeah, there are some other ones, like this one does give the status effect to Adana allies, which includes Tesla. So that's not too bad, but it does use red and blue, which completely mana blocks Tesla. This is why I've gone with this weapon here. So the banner for this one is a +2 blue, +1 red, -1 green sunken banner from Sunken Fleet. And like I say, we don't really care about mech class for this. It's not actually that important. It's all about getting red and blue for Tesla, which we'll do quickly anyway with that potion of explosion and the enchantment at the beginning. So we can have this and be safe at the same time. Stun, freeze, burn, and entangle a random enemy when matching 4 or more gems. The good thing about entangling the enemy is basically you're saving armor. If there's skull hits, sometimes you don't actually want to hit the enemy with a skull hit. Sometimes it's the only move, and it's all you can do. Even if you're entangled, that's actually good, because you're not actually hitting the enemy then, taking away their armor, which reduces Tesla's power. Then we can have other cool stuff like we can have impact, we can have insulated, we can have stone circle for the weapon. All blue allies gain 4 life, that's good for Tesla. Rock solid, gain a barrier when matching brown gems, so if we get hit we don't lose armor, which keeps Tesla's damage high. Watery mastery and fortitude. Yes, that's all good. Let's jump in now and do a couple of really easy battles. Right, actually first check the things. These medals. Don't want that. Do not want that. But we would have a Medal of Anu, because Tesla uses 15 mana. So 20% of that would be 3. So that's a 3 mana start absolutely straight away. And we're going to have some Medals of Guard to pump up Tesla's damage. 2 of them. So +8 armor for all troops. 2 of them +16 armor makes Tesla even more damaging if it wasn't bad enough for the enemy already. Right, let's jump in and actually finally crack on with it. This is going to be the easiest raid boss in ages. We'll just get blue or red if it's there. Tesla's ready. So the damage on this round is already like 253 boost. And it's going to go up every single round because the enemy gets more powerful. Every single time this stage increases or the enemy gets more powerful, Tesla's going to be doing more and more damage. Not much red and blue there, but we get the potion of explosion. We got charged up anyway. This is going to be a one-shot kill forever. One shot will be in the thumbnail. One shot blue and red or something. I don't know. I like to think of my thumbnail sort of titles. Just play the game sometimes, especially when it's going to be as straightforward as this. And this is going to be about as straightforward as stuff gets. Wow. Yeah, it's going to be absolutely flying. I forgot to look at how much damage Tesla done then? Let's have a little sneaky peek on the next one. Yeah, 257. So she's up next round. We don't even need to collect any red or blue. She's just going to kaboosh them all out of there. Right, so let's do one stage of this, have a look how much damage we're doing now, and then we'll jump on to the next stage. King Monarch? Who's this fella? Where'd he come from? Got a 6 mana colour using Matey Boy. Draining enemies' mana, deal true damage boosted by mana drained. Enemies lose 1 skill point on 4 or 5 gem matches. Oh well. You're not going to be much of a king here, Matey Boy. You're going to be made to look rather silly. On your bike. Jumped forward a little bit, but this stormy Dago Nath is nothing but a light flutter in the breeze. Absolute walk in the park. The way this team scales up in power because of the enemy, the boost is now 246. I've done nothing to my team. It's simply because the enemy is getting more powerful. Therefore, Tesla does even more damage. I haven't even had to start casting the second one yet. Obviously, my armor will be more on my team than if you're a newer player, so that boost is higher. But the point is, the enemy's armor boosting is going to help your own team if you're a newer player. And as you can see then, it just charged up absolutely straight away. The second Tesla was ready. Didn't even have to cast it. Absolutely awesome stuff. And we'll get that again, ready to go again. This is crazy, ludicrous, super fast one shot. Right, jumped quite a bit forward just to show some quasi-advanced tactics against the higher level Stormy Dago Nath. This is a level 710 one, and obviously it submerges itself when it takes damage. So to avoid the risk of getting charged up and killing you, and then repeatedly killing you maybe, because it can actually do that because the way it creates yellow mana potion gems, which can self-charge it and then kill you again and repeat. You want to play it safe because, remember, because it uses all mana colours, that means it's being mana blocked on literally every other troop. So we do want to actually cast things in a certain order as the battles get to this kind of level. So we'll take any nice mana drops which are there, like that and a bit of that. But when everybody's ready to go, which is going to be like in a couple of rounds time, there we go. What I'm going to do is cast one Tesla. That's going to soften everybody up. It's going to make him a lot weaker there at the bottom. Then we're going to cast our Sherlock, we'll call it Sherlock, next. Take him out, and then finish off with a Tesla. This stops the risk of basically finishing off the top 3 troops first, leaving the Dago Nath on his own, and then luckily, flukily, getting charged somehow. It just takes away that risk, so it's definitely a good way to go about it. Just shoot it again. Collect our mana first. Have we not got any red or... What the hell? That's the way it goes sometimes, I suppose. We'll just get anything, get brown if we can to get a barrier. When the enemy takes that, it basically makes them waste a turn. Right, so we can do this already because our boss kill is ready on the next round. Let's take out that boss, make sure he can't get any more mana, and then finish off with a Tesla. Right, just adding this little bit in on the raid boss, because when you get to this stage with Dago Nath, and when basically you're not going to hit him with a Tesla, you're looking for basically a skull hit or 2 depending upon your level. But when he's submerged and you can get brown, take brown to get a barrier for your hero, and then basically try and set him up for a skull hit to hit you. This is a very high level Dago Nath at the moment. This is the 987 level 1. So what I'm going to do is get some blue anyway. There we go. He got his skull hit. Happy days. Whoopie-doo for you, mate. Well done. But now we'll get charged up with Tesla and finish you off because you're no longer submerged. So you can either do it that way, give him a skull hit. If you've got barrier, it's even better because then he wastes that skull hit, but it still counts as an attack. And then you can charge up your Tesla and finish him off, or get skull hits, whatever happens first. Alright, now the Underspire team. Adana troops for this, so we can use a very similar tactic. Just going to mix it up a little bit because we don't need to use that lock troop anymore, so we can still run 2 times a Tesla. We'll chuck in the engineer's drill just for extra mana gen, some status effects to our mech allies, and safety of a summon as well. And we'll have Bork as our mana generator, destroying magic +1 gems, then creating 3 bomb gems. That's why it's good to be able to have a explodey weapon when you create those bomb gems. Alright, so we are going to go with the banner of the Kraken banner for this. Good one. +2 brown, +1 blue, -1 purple. Purple, the only colour we don't use. You can still run other classes in this, but Mechanist is good for this. Allied mechs gain 2 life. All mechs start with 50% mana, so Bork up top gets a very quick start. Serendipity, is these ones relevant? I don't know. Vanguard, they have a barrier at the start. Tactician, gain 3 magic at the start of battles, alright. When an ally dies, barrier another random ally. We don't really want that, so we might as well have that instead. Tree of Knowledge, gain enchantment matching green, all good. And armor plating, yes, all I've got to do is check this one. Tome, missile, or shield, what we're using. None of them things. So it can stay as it is. Right, let's jump into a few battles then. First one. I still got 1 Medal of Anu and 2 Medals of Guard on for this to increase the damage from Tesla, but let's get Borky up. That's gonna destroy gems. There's Tesla, ×2, times everyone, and dead. Because there's no potion of enchantment, no potion of explosion on this one, remember, so it's good to change things up to make sure we do things quick enough. Let's get our lantern off of Matey Boy Hat Ears and on to the next. Get some dwarves who think they're strong. They only smell strong. No, I didn't get quite enough Bork, so we can cast Engineer's Drill instead. Oh, good. Whatever happens first. And same rules apply as to the raid boss team as well. As the enemy goes up in strength, their armor increases, which basically means Tesla does even more and more damage. Absolutely awesome. And that's the advantage of not having the Potion of Explosion. You get matches at the beginning like that, and the Potion of Explosion doesn't come along and ruin them sometimes. But most of the time the Potion of Explosion does do good things. I think he's got a bit of heartburn going on there. I guess. Should have got brown then for my Borkage. And there we go. Pick your Tesla and dead. Let's give the second one a bit of action. Been sitting there, a bit like an onlooker so far. Right, let's make this the last one. Really easy Underspire with this team, I think. Really good rewards from it as well if you've got 1,000 or so gems and the time to go through it all. Let's cast Borkage. Tesla will do the rest. There it is, there's the video. If you enjoyed it, it'd be really cool if you bash that like and subscribe button. It really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again in the next one. Bye for now.